Hi students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sangeeta Ganguly, Scientist, Dairy Technology Division. Today I am going to tell you about technology of wafer biscuits. This module comes under the technology of processed foods. So basically, first of all, what are the wafer biscuits? They are low moisture bakery products. They are light textures biscuits that are prepared from cereals. Their measure can be obtained by baking of simple batter having little or no sugar. These products are having especially crispiness and crunchiness as major textural attributes. They are available in variety of shapes and sizes like stick, cone, hollow and flat. And these products are used as carrier of an additional food ingredients. In this product, the starch gelatinization is quite high. Now we'll see the characteristics of wafer. Wafer are baked in different fancy shapes like cones, seeds, sticks, etc. The major features of this product are wafers are very thin biscuits. The thickness lies between 1 to 5 mm. Wafers often have a typical wafer pattern on one or both surfaces of the product. The surfaces are smooth and precisely formed with dimensions and logos, etc. Wafers are cereal-based, low-fat products. They are made of wheat flour, sometimes with combination of other ingredients. The product density of wafer ranges from 0.10 to 0.25 gram per cubic centimeter. The cross section of product reveals that wafer matrix is highly aerated and primarily composed of gelatinized starch. The wafers, by their delicate crisp texture, combine well with different types of coating and fillings like cream, ice cream, foam, etc. Now we'll see the classification of wafer. Wafers may be classified in two basic types: no or low sugar wafers and high sugar wafers. Wafer may be classified in other types like plain, sandwiched and coated. What is no or low sugar wafers? After baking, these contain from 0 to a very low percentage of sucrose or other sugars. The products are of flat and hollow wafer sheets, molded cones, cups and fancy shapes. Regarding high sugar wafers, this type of product contains over 10% of sucrose or other sugars which are responsible for the plasticity of the hot, freshly baked sheets. These are formed into different shapes before sugar recrystallization occurs. The products are obtained in rolled sugar cones, rolled wafer sticks or tubes and deep-formed fancy shapes. Regarding plain wafers may be hollow or flat or any shape desired by the purchaser. Sandwich wafers having two or more plain wafers sandwiched with filling in between. The filling material may be cream, jam, jelly, marshmallow, caramel, figs, raisins, like this. The filling shall be not less than 50% of the mass of the filled wafer. Coated wafers are wafers including both half coating or full coating. The coating may be of chocolate, substitute of fat, butter, scotch, etc. and the filling shall be not less than 60% by mass of the coated wafers. Now we can see from the table compositional requirements of wafers. The wafers shall comply with the requirement as given in the table. We can see that the moisture percentage by mass should be maximum 4.5% for plain wafer, whereas 6% for sandwich coated wafer, whereas the other parameter will remain same for both type of wafers. Acid insoluble as on dry basis, percent by mass should be maximum 0.05% for plain and sandwich coated wafer, whereas acidity of the extracted fat as oleic acid percent by mass maximum should be 1%. Now we'll see the ingredients of the wafer biscuits. There are basically two types of ingredients. One is essential ingredients. In this category, flour and water are the essential ingredient for preparation of batter of wafers. The other ingredients are termed as optional ingredients. So in addition to essential ingredients, the optional ingredients of wafers batter may be baking powder and other leavening agents, chocolate, cocoa, coffee extract, etc. Then citric acid, malic acid, lactic acid, tartaric acid or acetic acid. Then flavor, colors, flavoring essences, flavor improvers and fixers, fruit and fruit products, salt, dextrose, liquid glucose and sugar products, emulsifier and stabilizing agents, preservatives and antioxidants, fat and shortening, milk products and egg products. Then nutrients, they can be also additional optional ingredient like vitamins and minerals. Now in table we can see the specification of dough improvers and conditioners. Ammonium persulfate and potassium bromate or potassium iodate can be used as dough improver, and the maximum quantity that can be used for ammonium persulfate is 2.5 gram per kg of flour, whereas for potassium bromate or potassium iodate it can be maximum 50 gram per kg of flour. Calcium or sodium salt of stearoyl 2-lactylate can be used as dough conditioner, and polysorbate also can be used as dough conditioners. Their quantity can be used as maximum 2 gram per kg of flour. Now we will see what are the equipments that are needed for preparation of wafer. The major equipment that is needed is wafer oven. It is told that the oven is the heart of the process of the wafer preparation, as it bakes the wafer. Originally, wafers are made one at a time in handheld tongs heated over an open fire. Oven consists of pair of strong metal plates which is latched immediately after the placing of batter between them. The flat wafer sheets have thickness of maximum 2 to 5 mm. The baking plates can carry special figures. The plate pairs are fixed to heavy carriers to support the plates and to keep them rigid. Wafer baking ovens can contain up to 120 plate pairs, with 41 to 61 plates are most common. The plates are heated either directly by gas or by electric heaters and operate at a temperature between 160 and 190 degrees Celsius. Deposits of sugars and other materials can build up, blackening the surface and causing wafer release problem. Regular cleaning is necessary for this reason. Cleaning may be needed after about 100 hours of running operation. Plate cleaning is best achieved with caustic soda solution. In modern wafer baking plates often are surface coated with chromium for easier release and reduction of cleaning stops. Now we will see regarding the wafer ingredient and role of the different ingredient in wafer preparation. The basic ingredient for wafer preparation is flour. Gluten strength of flour is the key to finished wafer quality. So selection of flour is very important. Gluten content should be sufficient to provide strength to the wafer without making it too weak and fragile or excessively hard and flinty. Flour milled from soft wheat for biscuit preparation is preferred for wafer preparation. The medium protein strength flour is usually used for wafer preparation. Flour with protein content between 8.1% and 10.9% gives acceptable wafer sheet. Flours with increased protein content can lead to an unacceptable product. Flour particle size distribution is also an important parameter to produce high quality sheet. Flour with smaller particle size gives less dense, soft sheet. Coarse flour gives unacceptable and incomplete sheet. A few published data are available on wafer made from flour other than wheat flour. However, it is possible theoretically to make wafer from any source of starch, provided the starch is not pre-gelatinized. Now, water. Water is one of the important parameters of wafer sheet preparation. Water is added to produce a convenient consistency and makes the batter pumpable. Water helps in the distribution of ingredients. As a result of evaporation during baking, water also functions as a leavening agent. Wafer formulation should include sufficient quantity of water to disperse the ingredient and to obtain a low viscosity to flow over cover plates. Flour and water ratio should be controlled as water level affect the texture of the sheet. The quantity of water added to wafer batter is roughly 150% of flour weight. Less water decreases the completeness of the sheet. Therefore, thick, heavy and unbaked sheet occur. No relationship till now have been established between wafer quality and hardness of water. The temperature of water alters the viscosity of batter, affecting the quality of sheet. Water temperature should be around 20 degrees Celsius to prevent gluten strand formation. In warm condition, if flour has a high alpha amylase activity, viscosity of batter quickly drops. The unfavorable effect on viscosity could be minimized by using batter within 10 to 30 minutes. Now, fat and lecithin are used to help release of wafer sheets from plate. There is little or no shortening effect by fats, but microphotographs have revealed that wafer surface is smoother when fats are present in the recipe. Without fats, there would be a strong tendency for wafers to stick on plates. Certain fats are preferable than others for incorporation at the time of mixing. For convenience, liquid vegetable oils are favored, like groundnut oil, cottonseed oil, and sunflower oil. The precautions should be taken to ensure that setting of fat does not occur in the mixture prior to dispersion. Lecithin is a useful additive. It is better to include a fluidized soya lecithin with the fat or oil rather than use powdered lecithin to save the cost. Though the fat content of wafer is low, the inclusion of antioxidant in the oil is necessary to retard the rancidity, as the surface area of wafer and the integral texture is extremely large. Eggs can serve as a source of both fat and emulsifier like lecithin. Now, next ingredient is sugar and milk powder. These ingredients may be added in small quantities to improve the quality. The problem associated with these ingredients that both these ingredients promote wafer coloring and sticking to the plates during baking. It is believed that staling is retarded by incorporation of sugar and crispiness is maintained for longer as the moisture content rises. Sugar, when used in ice cream cones, it is necessary to employ specially designed equipment. Now, salt is also added in batter as a flavor enhancer, and the level is usually around 0.025 unit per 100 unit of flour. Now, addition is the most important in wafer preparation. Although bubbles of air are included during batter mixing, most of these float out of the batter before it is deposited onto plates. If insufficient time is allowed for the bubbles to leave the batter, the density of the batter changes during the course of use, ultimately affecting the baked sheet weights. Leavening agents help in the development of porous texture of wafer by increasing the number of gas cells in batter. Sodium bicarbonate and ammonium bicarbonate or a mixture of both can work to create chemical adhesion. Ammonium bicarbonate is particularly effective. Combination of batter consistency and ammonium bicarbonate level is the best way to control the batter spread and wafer weight. Sodium bicarbonate and ammonium bicarbonate also affect the final pH and influence the color development during baking. High pH of batter retards the gluten strand formation, which is undesirable. Yeast is added as a means of adhesion. It is most unlikely that any flavor or textural benefits are contributed to the wafer sheet. Yeast cells probably form the nuclei for water vapor production, which is important for formulation of a good wafer texture. Batter standing times and suitable temperature to allow multiplication of yeast are not usually very practical. So yeast is now rarely used in batter preparation. Other ingredient. The information available about flavoring ingredients of wafer is scanty. Most synthetic flavors and essential oils are prone to steam distillation and hence are lost in wafer preparation. Protein hydrolysates are fairly heat stable, but they are prone to color development. Still, they may be used for preparation of wafer. So now we'll see the role of different processing parameters in the wafer weight and thickness. First of all, the plate gap setting. The thickness of a wafer sheet is determined by the body of thickness related to the gap between the plates and also the depth of relief or reading in the plates. The increased gaps between the plates increases the thickness. Volume of batter. Higher the volume of deposit gave increased sheet weight with excessive waste. The volume is adjusted to just fill the plates following a minimum extrusion through the steam vents. It has been observed that excess deposit gave not only excessive waste but also increased sheet weight. Next is batter viscosity. Changes in batter viscosity affect more than one factor. Thick batters have high solid contents and do not flow well on the plates after deposition. Therefore, a high volume has to be applied to achieve a full wafer sheet. This gives a heavier, more dense and harder wafer. The flow of the thick batter on the plate can be increased by adding extra ammonium bicarbonate. The gas produced blows the batter to edge of the plate. Now plate closure speed. Modern plants operate with very fast latch closure mechanism for the plates, whereas old ovens operate with delayed latching operation. The change in the closure speed led to different wafer quality from the same batter. Faster closure gives lower weight and thinner wafers. On the same oven, the final locking position of the plates and therefore the closure time can be adjusted slightly. Now steam venting. Large areas for steam venting allow excessive losses of batter but aid in moisture removal. Now baking speed. Fast baking speeds require high plate temperature resulting to sealing of wafers. Baking time vary between 1.5 to 3 times with 2 minutes being about the average. Next is, so now we'll see the diagram for wafer biscuit preparation. So it composed of, first of all we have to prepare batter, then batter transport and deposition, then wafer seed baking, wafer release and cooling, wafer conditioning, creaming the book building, cooling and cutting, enrobing in chocolate, cooling and packaging. Batter preparation. Wafer batter is prepared by mixing the water-soluble components followed by addition of other ingredients. The batter should be of homogeneous nature containing about 35 to 40% dry matter. Appropriate mixing is necessary to achieve a homogeneous suspension. The viscosity of batter should be low enough to flow over and cover the oven plate. The high viscosity results in undesirable quality of wafer. The desirable quality of wafers are made from a fluid batter with a viscosity in the range of 300 to 2000 megapascal. Then wafer preparation. The batter is transferred after preparation into an intermediate tank from where it is pumped to the oven and spread on to baking plates. The baking of wafer seeds is done in wafer oven at 160 to 190 degrees Celsius. The baking times ranges between 1.5 and 2.5 minutes. At the end of the baking operation, the baked seeds are released and cooled. The wafer are passed to a conditioning unit where the moisture content of the seeds is increased to achieve some stability in the texture and size of the wafer. The molded wafer cones are hollow wafers in shape of cups and fancy shapes. They are mainly of two types: no or low sugar cones, generally known as cake cones, molded sugar cones. Low sugar cones are generally similar to those for seeds and contain an intermediate sugar content, below 20% of sucrose for 100 parts of flour. Rolled sugar cones are the product containing more than 20% concentration of sucrose or other sugars in the finished product. Rolled wafer sticks are hollow tubes with walls consisting of very thin multiple layers. The layers do not carry a wafer pattern and are 0.5 mm thick. Then we'll see the innovation in wafer manufacturing equipment. There are two major innovations: vertically stacked oven. The oven with vertically stacked baking plates require less floor area. The weight of the stack eliminates the need of hinges as compared to traditional oven. And next innovation is low emission oven. This low emission oven reduces the energy consumption, and this application of induction heating and use of ring is the main key of the instrument. Reduction in energy consumption with consistent product quality is the main aim of this oven, and in market low emission oven with 60% reduction of energy has come into operation. So friends, let us summarize regarding this module. Wafers are low moisture, low fat products prepared from soft wheats. Wafer batter can be composed of essential and optional ingredients. Wafers may be majorly three types: plain, sandwich and coated wafers. And wafer seed can be obtained by baking of wafer batter at oven at 160 to 190 degrees Celsius. Vertically stacked oven and low emission oven has come as the major innovation in the wafer manufacturing technology. Thank you.